Hey Legionnaires, welcome back to the channel. OnBOX'IT here, and today we're going to be looking through the new box set from Games Workshop for the Horus Heresy. Let's get started. So Games Workshop were kind enough to send me a new copy of the new Horus Heresy Legionnaires Astartes Battle Group box set. What a long name, eh? So I thought I'd show you what's inside, share my thoughts and impressions of building the models from the set myself. This box set contains a Proteus Land Raider, a plastic version of the Deredeo Dreadnought, and the main reason anyone would actually grab the set in the first place, the new Mark III Armoured Marines. The box set contains 32 models and a wide variety of weapons that we've seen in other kits, so you can make a range of tactical squads and support all heavy weapon squads. I've got to say, my first impression of the Mark III didn't really impress me too much, and I didn't really like them if I'm honest. Though not for any fluffy reasons, but more for the aesthetic itself. To me, the Mark III armour has always been a layer of heavy armour on top of Mark II plate, and with that comes the expectation of seeing some really hard-edged, brute force looking armour. The direction change here though makes the armour seem a lot more organic and rounded. After getting the models in my hand and building them, the experience has definitely allowed me to see the kit in a much better light, and I'm impressed. I'll give my thoughts on that a little later through the video though. For the purpose of this video, I'll only really be commenting on the Deredeo Dreadnought and the Mark III Marines. The Proteus Land Raider has been out for a while now, but don't worry, I'll have a painted version out soon. The instructions are pretty good, with more clarity on what goes where and in which direction, but I recommend test pushing the kits first before gluing anything down, otherwise you'll end up with a mess on your hands. So the Deredeo, I actually have a resin version of this kit which I simply never got around to building, and although it had a lot of pieces which required cleaning and sanding down, once it's actually done it's a really nice kit. The kit comes with both weapon options, that's the Hellfire Plasma Cannonade or the Anvilisk Autocannon Battery, both of which are pretty annoying to build, but the Autocannon is worse, and I like things that glow, so I've decided to go with that one. And here's the kit built. So I'll have to do some gap filling and general cleanup on this kit. Coming from Heresy with the majority of the kits were resin, I'm not really used to all these gaps, but it just means that you'll need to spend more time cleaning your build and sanding things down. Overall, the model is so fun to pose. I was really tempted to have it crouching, but instead I've built it to sort of resemble the vehicles like those mechs from Gundam Wing, where the suits are prepping to fire and they're pulling the guns up and they're turning, and I'm actually pretty happy with the result. This base is also just a placeholder, as it's all I had ready at the time. I do genuinely like the direction GW have gone with plastic vehicles and walkers, and it was definitely easier to put the legs in the bonds than in the resin ones, so GG GW. It'll be a while though before I actually get around to painting this one, so we'll see. So overall, building the kit wasn't actually too bad. It didn't take me too long either actually. I thought it would take me a lot longer than it did. I managed to build each 5 of the poses that come in the set. On the note of the poses though, they are pretty much exactly the same as the Mark VI, which is a bit of a shame. I think that it was quite nice in the resin kits to see different poses. Now there's benefits for that, I suppose. One benefit is the fact that, let's say you want to mix armor marks, you can, because they are pretty much the same pose. You can mix weapons as well, and everything kind of fits together the same. So from that point of view, it's not a bad idea. But for me, as someone who enjoys painting side and the kind of like storytelling and the tone of the models themselves, like having those different dynamic poses, for me is a lot more exciting. But I guess, yeah, it is what it is, and it just means that you can just mix and match as you want. So yeah, not too bad. The helmets I actually quite like. I don't particularly like the pike on the head, so that instantly got removed, and you'll see when we actually have the turntable what I've done with that. I really didn't like it, so I don't think it fit the Alpha Legion at all, so I've removed them. But the helmets themselves definitely look closer, at least in my eyes, to Mark II kits. I do like them, and I do like the kind of indented look of the helmets and as well as the visors. So overall, quite nice, easy to paint, and yeah, just great for non-metallic metal. My favourite part of the kit though are probably the legs and the chest. Now, at the beginning of the video I said that Mark III armor to me seems like hard plates, and they've definitely gone more organic for this new version of the Mark III. And that's because, like, on the legs there's this kind of like bulge area that's quite round and more curved than the previous iteration. I don't think that's a problem, because when I started painting it, it actually felt really nice to have that smooth area. But particularly for me who paints in, particularly for myself who paints in oil paints, it's actually really nice to get those completely bare flat surfaces and round surfaces to really do some work on. So I've got a friend from one of my gaming groups, and he mentioned the van brace being missing from the original version of the Mark IIIs that we got 7 years ago. And I did notice that. I didn't notice that at the time, but I've noticed it now, and I do actually think that's been better for painting. That's been better for getting those smooth strokes, and also being able to apply transfers. I think there's a lot more now that the model allows you to be able to do, and just generally the proportions are a lot nicer. The back of the legs are really nice to paint as well. There's so much detail there, and in general it's just such a nice update to the previous kits. So I do think that if people don't like them, they've still got the option to use other parts of the previous plastics. They all fit together, apart from the legs will look weird, but you can still use the other arms, and if you've got the bolters to go with them, it's totally fine, you can use those. But I would say give it a chance. Maybe just watch a few more videos, come watch me paint some Mark IIIs later in the month, and just check out and see for yourself if you actually like them and you see something painted in the style that you like. I do think, again, it's a shame that the poses are the same, but overall, like, it's nice, it's really nice. I think I actually prefer these to the Mark VI's. Not so much because of, like, I like Mark VI armor, I love the legs, and I love the slick look of it all. But I don't know, something about painting that, being able to paint that chest has been really nice. The trim as well feels really well shaped. And in general, I really like them. So I'm really excited to see what people do and how far they take it, and in general, just like what the rest of the community is able to get on them. I hope that we get Mark II or Mark IV. Mark IV is actually my favorite kit. I really like the Maximus helmet and the trim and just the kind of blockiness of it all, the kind of bulkiness. I think it's one of the nicer marks, but we'll have to wait and see. The Mark IVs from GW currently always felt a bit too stubby, so I'm interested to see what they get out. The resin ones were great, but again, very skinny, so we'll see. We'll see what they put out and how it fits together. My hopes for the future are actually that we start getting more bespoke kits for the Heresy stuff. I think it's nice that they're transitioning things over into plastic, but it would be great to see updates to some really old models like the Command Squad, the Tribunes, just like, I mean, we're getting a lot of Praetors already, but just to see some distribution of those newer kits and some of those older kits brought back into plastic. So overall, I'm waffling now, so like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to leave me a comment and just any feedback you have. Like, I don't know if you guys actually enjoy this format, so let me know if you've enjoyed this video, this review. I'm planning to do more for new kits when I get them, so to give you guys some insight. So yeah, just let me know, and I'll see you soon in another episode. Bye bye.